What up? Welcome back. It is Bones, and I wanted to speak on a little topic here today, so we'll go ahead and get into it now. When I actually started this channel, I didn't really have a plan as such. I was basically going, all over the place, wondering where my spot was going to be. But now, skip to present day, and I have actually found a little niche that I enjoy and I actually love doing, and that, of course, is collecting figures and reviewing them and just having fun customizing and basically what my content has come down to. But I never really started this channel as where I wanted to be paid by YouTube or make money from this channel or have millions of subscribers. Now I basically do this for the love of what I do. It's just for fun. I have actually been able to monetize the channel for almost a year now, and I just have decided to not do that. Now if I ever do, of course you all will be the first to know, but for right now I'm just having fun and collecting DC Multiverse figures, and that's basically what I concentrate on. Now if that is somebody else's plan and that's their dream to be on here and make money from it and get bigger, I actually support that, and everybody is allowed to have their aspirations. But this video is more mainly on something that I've figured out. I used to think that channels would want to get free figures like for their collection, but now after tons of deciphering and formulating, I have come to the conclusion that this is not always true. What it really is about the views and the subscribers, and the way it correlates with if you're able to get a figure first and get the review out, that just pushes you to get more views, and with more views comes more subscribers. So that is why people try to get the figure first and review it first. That actually helps your channel. Now there are different ways that this can happen. You can be sent the figures by a company, which is known as a review sample, and there's different ways that this could happen. Now the companies may look for who has the most views, and that means that if you have more views, then that will get their product exposed to more viewers and help them sell. But another way this could happen is if you know people that know the company, and you may end up getting sent a free sample, which is another way. Now the other way this could happen is if you constantly hunt out in the wild, or if you know a friend online that could actually hook you up with a figure first before anybody else. And sometimes it's just random. If you pre-order a figure and it gets sent to you first, and you have a channel, then you'll be one of the first people to get a review up. Now one thing I have learned that you do not want to do is you do not want to ask a company to send you figures. Basically what I've heard in the streets is that you'll actually be shunned and overlooked to receive any free figures, because they just, for some reason, that's like a rule that they have, is that it happens to you, that's cool, but if not, it is what it is. So that's a rule that I have, is if I find a figure or I get to review it first, then it's cool. But if not, no biggie. I wait until I actually get a figure and then I'll review it. But you can sometimes tell when a channel hasn't received any more free figures from a company, because they'll start to review figures that have been out for a long time, and they'll say it's because they forgot or they just barely came across it. Now usually they are honest and they'll tell you if they found it at Target or at Walmart, but they just don't get those reviews out as quickly because they're not receiving free figures anymore. Now I do think that you can always give an honest review of a figure without being a shill, because if you like a line, you find the positive things in it that'll make it appealing to the other collectors. So you could go from He-Man, G.I. Joe, Legends, Multiverse. And don't get me wrong, this is the best way to open up your your views and subscribers, because now you'll be pulling from a lot of markets. But another thing we can spot right away is someone that reviews a figure, but they're not necessarily into the figure or into the line. And this is easily spotted on the words that they use and things that could be overlooked for other lines, but now all of a sudden it's a big deal because of the line that they don't really enjoy. And that is where you can really spot a shill. Now, through the recent HasLab debacle that has happened, a lot of shills have actually like exposed themselves, and regular collectors and collectors that are on on the ground level, they could spot it right away, and they actually did. So that is why you're hearing a lot of like separation between big channels and regular collectors, is because of the whole HasLab thing. And I don't really get into it because that's not a line that I collect, but of course I do keep tabs on what's going on because I am part of the action figure collecting community, and I actually appreciate a lot of lines. Like, I can honestly tell you that NECA, Mattel, even Hasbro puts out beautiful figures and beautiful sets where you can make collections that are just awesome, and I will never deny that. But what I really don't appreciate is when collectors of other lines like give me grief about what I collect, or what I spend my money on, when really what they should do is focus on what they collect and not, try to degrade me or the line that I collect. But that brings me to another point, and that is that sometimes we can see where people are sent figures and they don't really like collect that line, but they review it just for the views, because since these figures are kind of, hot and have a lot of views, they review them, but they don't really like them. So right away you could tell this because they get rid of them right away. They sell them or they give them away, whatever they do with them, but they're never displayed, behind them or anything like that because they don't collect that line. So what they really do is they want the figure first, they want to review it first, they want to get the hits and the subscribers from it, but they don't really collect the line. So I don't really buy things from people that don't work, don't work in that line. So that's like going to someone that sells vacuum cleaners and asking them to help you buy a car. It just doesn't make sense. You would rather take your advice from someone that actually collects that line and loves that line, and of course is honest with you about it. But just the shills, we've spotted them and we know them. And right now, they're not too happy that they're being outed, but it is what it is. Now, of course, I spend my own money to amass this awesome DC Multiverse collection. It's what I love. It's what I collect. I don't need to show off any other lines because this is the main line that I collect now. Now, of course, if I see things that entice me or that I think are cool, of course, I'll buy them. But as far as content for my channel, it's basically strictly DC, maybe a little bit of NECA, and maybe some Spawn from McFarlane, but that's kind of where I keep it. Now, honestly, would it be cool to get some free figures? Of course it would be, but I have to be truthful with you guys, and the first people that would know that I had gotten figures for free would be you guys that watch my videos. But anyways, just something that I wanted to, get off my chest, because I've actually been thinking about this for a while. But you guys keep hunting out there, keep collecting, keep customizing, and I will see you on the next one.